All right. Last where we left off, you guys are still exploring Everfall, getting ready for the Festival of the Masks, a yearly event that the whole town gets together, celebrates the harvest and whatnot. Wears masks. It's like a big old, almost like a big old Halloween party. Excuse me. After we're doing some investigating, it turns out that Gallenford has been dead for over 20 years in the Feywild. Wild. Um, you got splitting the party. Caradwin, Stig, and Mason. I can't remember honestly if Nix went or not. Went to go see the Gallenford's family tomb, and turns out there is a magical seal on it, and with some magic Caradwin did, it is locked. There are three keys you have to do. You have to find, and they are tied within certain locations in the nearby area of the Feywild. Gallenford, exploring his family home, and later on that night with Nix, went into Gallenford's father's study, and some poking around, they discovered some false books on the bookshelf, and behind it is a wall safe. With some listening and tinkering with the dial, Gallenford was able to crack the safe and open it up. And that is where we pick up. And Nix, I believe you're still a cat.
Yes, I am. I'm still a cat.
All right. So Gallenford, you open up the wall safe, and inside you find several small boxes, and what seems to be a head, a mannequin head, and it's one of those faceless, featureless mannequin heads.
There's nothing on the mannequin head?
No.
Odd. Um, how many small boxes were there?
There are there's about 5 or 6 small boxes, and you also notice a small ticking clock.
I'm gonna look inside each of these 5 boxes.
All right, you pull out a small box and you open it up, and you see a very stunning necklace with embedded with emeralds. The emeralds are embedded with electrum metal. It is very high quality, very beautiful, sparkling and everything like that. And you open up another one, a set of earrings, another one, a ring. You open them up, and these are, you believe, you immediately recognize them almost as the family jewels.
That last part cut out.
These are the family jewels.
Oh, okay. These don't seem like anything that might be responsible for our help. These are just the family jewels, Nix. So, I don't remember if there's anything magical about these. Ooh, I'm not good at sensing magic from items. If only Caradwin was here.
So just we're looking for why Callanford this history seems to be different, and I think to get into that vault we had to go to these location things, looking for these visions.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yes, I believe Caradwin did some scrying or something, and she got those visions.
I cast the legend lore, and that's how I got the visions. Where to go?
Do I recognize anything about this clock that you mentioned in here?
You do not recognize the clock itself. It is not something you've seen before. But it's ticking.
Does the time on it look like it matches up with what time of the day it is?
You can give me an investigation check. With the clock, you notice that it is somewhat, yes, timed with what the time of day it is, but however, seems like it is counting down.
How much time is left on it?
With the 18 and with it kind of lining up with the time, you believe the ticking will end at midnight on the festival.
So midnight tonight?
No.
The festival, I believe, is in 2 days.
Yes.
This clock seems... It kind of disturbs me. I'm going to slide... Oh wait, I don't have the back of holdings in the room. How big is this clock if I pick it up?
It's not that big. It's about the size of a cell phone. About at least tall wise, and
Okay, I am going
Is it smaller than a toaster?
yes, it's smaller than a toaster.
I'm going to take this clock because I have a bad feeling about this. I'm going to reset everything as if it wasn't tampered with or opened, and start sneaking back to the room since I'm invisible.
Galliford, give me another investigation check. As you're putting everything back together. As you're going through and making sure everything's back in place, you notice not all the jewelry seems to be there.
Was there some jewelry on the mannequin head
No,
that's missing?
The mannequin is bare. But it looks like the jewelry can be placed on the mannequin.
I'm going to place it on the mannequin and see if something happens.
All right, you gently take out each individual piece, the beautiful necklace, a bracelet. You set it there. Obviously there's also a couple mannequin hands kind of go with to make sure everything's like you're in a jewelry store type deal. You put the bracelet on. You put a couple rings on. You put on the earrings. There's even a elegant nose ring with a chain. It is missing what seems to be an eyepiece. Like an elegant mask is missing.
Would I recognize the mask that's missing since I recognize these are the family jewels?
No. You believe these are the family jewels, yes, but you don't remember a mask being part of the set. You've actually never really seen them all. Well, actually, yeah, I would say you've seen them all together, but you don't recall a mask or whatnot. It has been a while, and things are not as you remember quite the same. So, but it does seem like a mask is missing. Like you look at the box and the indentation, it looks like one of those masquerade masks that would fit in there, and it's not there.
Okay. Making a mental note of that. Just in case this is checked. Let's put everything back and head back to the room. I'll stash this clock and we'll take a look at it with the others in the morning.
All right. You put everything back together. You close it and spin the dial. You put the books back. You make sure everything. You believe you put everything back where it seems to be, and you slip out the study with Nix in your arms, and you head to your room for a night's rest.
And just in case, once we get back to that room, I put the clock in the bag of holding. That way, if it is noticed and we're searched, it's not found.
Do you have the bag of holding?
With my equipment, which would be in the bedroom.
Okay, I honestly couldn't remember if you had it or somebody else had it.
Yeah, it's always on Gallon fur. It was fashioned to go into his belt.
So, oh yeah, that's right, the fanny pack. But so it's late in the evening. Carador, Stig, and Mason. Anything you wish to do, or I can't remember if you went to bed.
I think we set off the alarm on the thing in the backyard and decided to just skedaddle. So we're probably back at the place, waiting for Gallenford to come back.
I think we probably would have just head to bed.
All right. You guys get. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, I'd be waiting for Gafford as well.
You guys get a full night's rest. Breakfast is being served in the inn.
Stig will just pick another random thing on the menu because he can't read it.
Okay. You're like, this one, and it has. They take your order. Anybody else want to order food?
Stig is Mason's going to use minor illusion to be like bacon and eggs and be like, this.
Okay. Caradwin?
Yeah, I'll order some breakfast.
All right. So, Stig, you are brought out what seems to be some waffles. Mason, you are brought out green eggs and ham. And Caradwin, you are brought out.
She just gets one cup of coffee.
Whatever's popular on the menu, you know?
You are given one of those yogurt parfaits, but it's like Vegas style. But it's one of those big old Vegas drinks that everybody's carrying around. But it's a yogurt parfait.
Does it come with like a souvenir glass or something?
No, not this one. They take the glass back. Nix and Gallenford, Nix, are you gonna go back to being a cat?
Well, until we leave his mansion, I'll probably stick as a cat.
Okay.
But like I have to redo it because I went to bed as myself, and so yeah, I can go back to being a cat to now.
Right. Downford, you go and get some breakfast in the dining room. Your father's there drinking his coffee and reading the newspaper, reading the paper, and you have one of those soft boiled eggs.
Morning, Father.
Morning.
I do have a favor to ask. Um, my companions and I wanted to check out a few things before the festival arrived and realized by walking it may take us too long. Do we still have the mounts and could we possibly utilize them to make our travel a little bit quicker so we can be back in time for the festival?
You may visit the stables, yes, but you may not use the mounts until after the festival. They are prepared. We must make sure they are prepared for the festival itself. You know this. You know that they usually like parade and whatnot and do like an aerial show to kind of help.
So there's none to spare. It has been a while. Are there still any other stables around town?
And why are you needing to leave for before the festival?
Well, all of this stuff has me intrigued. I need answers so I can move on, Father.
And where do you need to go to find these answers?
I need to see the sites where everything happened and see if it jogs any memories.
Well, you. I do not give you permission to leave until after the festival. It will have to wait. Now, if you excuse me, I must go attend to your mother. And he gets up, grabs his paper, and walks out.
Gallifrey has one eyebrow just kind of cocked as he's watching his father leave. And leaning down towards where Nyx is, I'm going to go get changed, and we're going to get going. I'm going to see if I can coax a mount, but we may have to check out other stables.
Okay. Nix, you grab. You're kind of your belly's rubbing. Even as a cat, you kind of go around and you see a big tray of food.
Ooh. I look around to make sure nobody's looking, and then I go grab something out of it.
Okay. That's right. You're a I can't remember. Are you a vegetarian or vegan?
Vegetarian.
Okay. You see some unique looking what you believe to be vegetarian dishes. Downford, you would help her point out what's what, so not to eat the meat. You find some purple what seems to be bananas.
Ooh. Grab one in my mouth, and I'm just kind of struggling to open it, And then I'm like, nobody's looking, right?
Yeah,
Just-
nobody's looking.
Okay, so then I go back to being my gnome self.
Okay. It. As you open the banana, it squeaks very loudly. It's just like a squeak, and you bite it, and it giggles when you bite into it.
That disturbs me a little bit. Are you sure this is vegetarian? Oh, he's gone. And then I just finished the banana.
All right.
Gallenford's getting changed while eating some maple bacon.
Yeah, the Galliford, the maple bacon is like a maple leaf that tastes like bacon.
Delicious.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to make some maple bacon. But anyway, you all eventually meet up in the in the town again. Everybody's getting very ready, and everybody's anxious and happy for the festival. More stalls are going up. Streamers are everywhere. Again, kids are playing in the streets, just getting very excited. What do you do?
Before we left the manor all the way back to where the others were, the family stables was still at the manor, right?
Yes. I was working on a map before the session, but it wasn't turning out the way I was hoping. So hopefully by the next time we play, the map will be ready.
I would have just tried to walk by there just to see if the themed mounts were still there and if the one that Gallenford used to ride was still there.
It is out of the way, and you would need to. You can go and look at the mount. I mean, you're not. It's not like you're being withheld from the stables, but so you make your way out there. People are working, cleaning the stables, maintaining the mounts. You see the griffins. You go and to where your mount usually is in your stall, and it is empty, as though it has not been kept since your departure.
No. Okay, seeing that,
What's wrong, Gallenford?
they didn't keep my mount.
The stall is in shambles. It's not. They haven't cleaned it or anything like that. They just kind of left it alone.
How long do horses live in the Feywild, actually?
Next.
Well,
Go ahead.
there aren't normal horses, and in here was a griffin, like the others.
Oh,
Yeah, Nix, you look around and there are griffins in these stables.
are you sure they're not gonna eat me?
I mean, as long as they're fed properly and tamed, they won't just freely eat you. But a wild one just might. They must have released her back into the wild.
Yeah, but Galliford, you continue down and you notice that your brother's stall is being kept up. It's nice and clean, and there's no mount in that one currently, but it is much in better condition than yours.
Okay. Feeling a certain way about that. Let's go find the others.
Okay.
Actually, one second. And Gallenford's kind of fuming, but he walks into the stall. He's gonna look around real quick just in case he sees anything that was probably left. And if he doesn't, he'll get frustrated, kick at one of the shambles, and then stomp off towards where the others are.
Give me a perception check. So when you say looking for something kept, like what do you mean?
Is there any items, like remnants of a harness, a whistle, anything?
No equipment. It's like it seems like they left as soon as you left. Whatever happened here, they just kind of cleared it out and just kind of left it alone. There's just dust and dirt, some leftover hay. The only thing you really find left is an old feather that somehow got lost, that got hidden away in the hay.
I will take that feather with me, kick at some of the shambles, and storm off and just be like, let's go, Nix.
Okay. She's like 5 feet behind him because she's like, I think he needs a little bit of space.
All right.
So, Galford, anything inside the house that could be useful?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
I'm assuming we've met up, so you find anything useful inside the house?
Well, first, I think those of us who are at the inn, we should probably discuss over breakfast which of these 3 targets we should go for first. Because that seems to be what destiny, as I'm going to call it, is leading us to go after.
You wanted to do that before Gallenford and Nix reached you?
Yeah, I figured this is what the rest of us would be discussing it over breakfast.
Well, the withered tree seems to be the most defined position. As the eye of the river, we'd have to go to one of those water sources in the cave beast. We have no idea which mountains it's in. We might do a little bit more research, see if there's some sort of story or something in the town that would direct us to better coordinates.
Yeah, right now we're a little too vague on where we need to go. Plus, I can only imagine the amount of time it would take us to get to all of those locations.
You want to go look for the water monster, Carradine?
No. I will go to the cave beast or the withered tree, but not the eye in the river. It sounds terrifying.
Alright, let's go meet up with Galford, see if he found anything at his stead.
Alright, let's go meet him.
All right, you all meet up at the town square. So in the center, so it's a good meeting point. In the center of the town is the giant clock tower. There's 4 faces to kind of, so everywhere you can see the time and everything like that. So you all meet up at the clock tower.
So you guys would just with his hat tilted down, and he's just muttering some stuff, frustrated. Oh, sorry. Hold on one sec. I gotta say bye to some guests.
Gallenford says bye to you all. Rocks fall. He dies.
Nix kind of mouths, he's in a bad mood.
Stig whispers back, is it because of the hat?
No, his dad grounded him.
What did he do?
I don't know.
If he's grounded, how'd he get out? Did he climb out the window?
What were you doing? if you don't know?
We broke into his parrot safe, but they didn't find out.
And what's he grounded for?
I don't know. They just don't want him to leave town for some reason.
Hey, Gallenford, why are you grounded?
I think he's still saying goodbye to his guests.
I know.
So you didn't find anything except the parents' safe?
There was this clock, I think. It looked kind of different from a regular clock, but I didn't really get a good look at it because Ellenford has it in the bag of holding.
So what made it different?
It was counting backwards.
Sounds like a broken clock.
Stig checks the clock tower to make sure that it's counting forward.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Stick. For all we know, time works differently here. Oh, wait.
Oh, we already know it's different.
Yeah, it like a week happens every day.
Don't remind me, Nix. Aurora's probably already mad at me.
Sig, do you know how to tell time?
You broke.
Stig?
Yes?
Would you know how to tell time?
Yes?
Okay. I couldn't remember... what is your intelligence?
He's got a 10 intelligence.
Okay, you're not an idiot.
Not an idiot.
You're not Sam stupid.
He's just not very wise.
No, I'm decently wise. I have a 9 charisma.
And then, yeah, he's not good with the words.
I want to make a shirt for you that says I have a 9 charisma.
And I think I said that 9 charisma means, like, God help me.
With a battle axe. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make you a shirt with a battle axe that says I have a 9 charisma.
I think better is if you got me a shirt that says don't stealth shame me.
Don't stealth shame me.
Yeah, that was Damascus when he had disadvantage on stealth. Don't stealth shame me.
Nix, what's Bucky been up to?
I've kind of just let Bucky do what he's wanted to because I've just kind of been on like spy mode for half the time we've been here. So he's probably been around the town square a lot and maybe he's been hanging out with Morgan because he doesn't really have anybody else to talk to.
3 children have tried to make him their pet.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Bucky. We gotta write something for that. And Morgan is just babysitting. It's like the Avatar episode with Momo and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So how long do we have before this timepiece gets to 0?
2 days.
Anything special happening in 2 days? I know the festival, but...
I think it was the festival.
I know there's a festival, but is there anything else that's special?
I don't know.
My apologies, I'm back.
Gallifrey rises from the grave as a zombie starts a zombie apocalypse in the autumn Feywild.
No, we already did that arc, Chris.
So we just discussed that you guys found a timepiece, but nothing much else, and it's gonna come down to midnight in 2 days. Also, you're grounded, apparently.
Yeah, that's not happening. Especially after I saw the stables. Oh wait. Caradwin. Do you have any magic that can track down creatures?
No. No, I do not.
Why? What we hunting?
I was hoping I can track down my griffin that they let loose out into the wild, I'm assuming. I just have this feather left.
Yeah, unfortunately, tracking things is not my speciality, but I do have. No, I've got nothing. I can banish it?
Well, it's already gone. I'll keep the feather.
If I long rest, I could probably use locate animal, but that's gonna. I have to wait for a long rest because I have to change my spells.
Anyway, our group had very little luck getting into that whatever you have in the backyard. It's apparently locked, and it's connected to a couple of creature things area that we don't know the exact location for.
Why I tried to check out our stable. The clock that I, so I wanted us to be as fast as possible, but since they're being pretty strict with the griffins that are left, we may have to check other stables. Caradwin, you can sense magic from things. Can you sense anything from this clock?
Sure. Let me. It'll take a little bit of time, but I can try. I'll ritually cast Identify on this.
Okay, you take about 10 minutes. You sit on a bench on the side and begin to cast your spell.
While she's doing that, perhaps Gallenford, do you know anything about these, like stories or objects that we're supposed to be finding?
Well, the withered tree is in the direction of where I supposedly fell, and facing off with the Oni. So I definitely think that should be probably the first place to check. The other locations, do those jog Gallenford's memory at all to anything? Any old tales or whatnot?
You need you need them to either so okay, I'm trying to what they're describing for the cave and the mountain peak. You would recognize the mountain peak as Crooked Claw Peak. Legend has it that there is a monstrosity of a giant that lives in there, and nobody really goes in there. And those who have dared to go in and slay the beast have never returned.
Would you be able to ping that mountain on this map so we can get a direction for it?
It would be up here. Do you guys see the ping?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
And the eye in the river was the eye of something at a temple underneath the river, if I remember correctly.
What the description that the party gives you, you have heard of a legend that there is an ancient temple beneath beneath the lake to the east of here. You believe is somewhere around this, and it's in this lake. Most likely somewhere around one of these islands. You don't know what the creature. You don't know what dwells within the temple. You can't recall anything like that. You just recall that that the temple itself is in this lake. And you know that the wither tree is in hag territory.
I vote we go for the eye in the river instead. It's a much closer.
I mean, I could get us maybe slightly closer.
By checking some of the other stables in town.
The tree first. Let's see if we can get some mounts and head that way. We've only got 2 days before this clock thing goes off.
Galliford, you would know that where you supposedly had that encounter, you would not make it there and back before the festival ended.
But
What?
Fine, make the tree.
You guys are cutting out on my end.
Yes. For the festival, we couldn't make it back in.
Missed the festival entirely.
So we have a choice to stops whatever this is, or we wait here.
well, let's see.
Caradwin, have you discovered anything?
Hopefully.
Caradwin, after you cast your identify magic spell, you don't detect really anything. This just seems to be a timer clock that's counting down.
Just a clock.
Ellensford,
Right,
is
I
there
guess that-
something different? Well, aside from, people's memories being kind of messed up. But, did you notice any new people in your mansion?
Well, I haven't recognized a lot of the guards, but it has been 20 years. When we were in town, I didn't recognize that vendor. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen any old childhood friends, and I have yet to see any other musketeers like my brother and his group.
Yeah, because your parents said that there was one of the people that was part of your brother's musketeers came and dropped the two of you off and said you would pass. But from your memory, you said that he's the one that had died? I don't know if that's right.
All three of them fell when I was helping the children escape. We took care of the hag, and then they told me to help the children escape. When I returned, they were dead at the hands of Weiss, who turned out to be that Oni, and that treacherous Winter Fae that was working with her.
Oh. So we have to look for Weiss. Maybe she knows something.
But when I asked my father about her, he doesn't recall her or any Winter Fae hanging around, because originally they masqueraded as friends.
Where do Winter Fae normally come from? Is there a specific spot in the Feywild that they usually stay towards?
Yes, we're actually in the Autumn realm. There's a winter realm,
Oh,
a spring, and summer.
so it's a completely different, like, plane of existence.
I would say it's more equivalent to how we crossed into the Dark Continent.
Okay. So it's really far from here.
Yeah, we wouldn't get there anytime soon.
Again, you would have to take a similar portal to get to the Winter Realm.
Well, I don't know if Karen would want to, but maybe we can try contacting her.
I've been hunting her for a long time. Granted, since we've been part of this group, I have forgotten to look up any clues. But when everything ended, she originally escaped into the material plane, which was why I was there.
Oh.
Also, I will say that I don't know the creature, so I would not be able to contact them directly. So unless in some way there's some way for you to make me familiar with them.
What if with descriptions, an image from Minor Illusion, can you use that spell on animals?
Sending?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can send it to any creature.
Gallenford's gonna try from his memory, make an image of his griffin, and then let Carrotwind hold the feather and be like, see, if you at least hear something, like a squawk or whatnot, just to let me know that she's still alive.
Yeah, with the information that he provides on the griffin, the image, and also holding the feather, I will try to cast sending.
Okay.
Hoping it works. Friend in Everfall, he is returned. Are you alive?
Next
He
time,
is
bring that to
concerned.
Griffin.
Oh, yeah, let me just, yeah, I'll translate that, but I don't know if they can hear me.
Your spell does not go through.
Well, Gallenford, either I don't know enough about the creature, or it doesn't work.
You can give me an intelligence check, Caradon, to see if you could figure out why you don't think the spell went through.
Well, the only other option is that it's on a different plane, but that's fine too. Straight intelligence.
It, you are unsure. There are multiple variables that could happen. Why it won't work.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just hold on to the feather and hope for the best.
So back to our main issue here. We either go for the things and miss the party, or we stay here and try and deal with whatever occurs during the party.
Real quick, I want to answer Stig's thing that he posted in the chat.
Okay.
Stig, you grab a passerby and you just like, hey, what happens at midnight?
I go, hey, is anything special happening at midnight during the festival?
Fireworks. We heard
What
that.
the heck are fireworks?
Of course, fireworks in this world.
There's supposed to be some kind of event that. I apologize, Galford. What's your last name again?
Storzondo.
The Storzondos are putting out. It's supposed to be really big and it's supposed to be amazing. From what we're told, it would change the town. They said. So everybody's excited for that.
So what are they planning?
We don't know. It's a surprise.
Right. Thanks. Now be on your way. Steve will come back. Sounds like your parents are planning something. Something big that'll, quote, change this town.
I'm not trying to, think badly of your parents, Gallenford, but I don't know if that sounds very good to me.
Gallenford, I'm thinking badly of your parents.
Well, they always do extravagant things for the festival. They sponsor it.
Any of those sponsorships enough to change this town?
Gallenford, you would know that.
What if they put up a veil, and then we won't be able to leave the plane of Feywild?
And they got
Parents have never
fireworks.
dabbled in magic to actually do anything like that. To Gallenford's memory, has his parents ever even done anything other than like aristocrats and being rich? Was it just him and his brother?
Kind of think of your family almost like the Waynes and Batman. They do charitable events and stuff like that. They are very well liked. So them presenting something during the festival at midnight is not something new or whatnot. So everybody's always excited to see what your family does to help contribute to the town.
So I'll basically kind of elaborate how rich my family actually is and how they're always creating some elaborate invention and thing to show off the clan name. I mean, they used to do fancy air shows with the Griffins.
So it sounds like we're more leaning towards stay and see what happens at the festival situation.
I don't know. It smells sour to me.
Well,
You say that as you pop in a warhead.
I was thinking maybe. I mean, I was looking around your father's office earlier, and I did find some papers, but I didn't think they were anything incriminating. At least I don't think it was. It's been a while.
let's see if we can find any other mounts other than the ones at the man. Because if we can't find any mounts, we won't make it to any of these locations beforehand. and we might as well see what happens at midnight if that's the case.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Spread out, meet back here in an hour. Unless
Sounds
you're using out.
Sounds like we have 3 objectives. One, we need to do some research on these 3 objectives. 2, we need to find mounts, and 3, we need to snoop around to make sure that Galliford's parents aren't evil or up to something malicious.
We need to make sure they're not hags in disguise. Number 1. Alright, break.
Alright, who's going with who?
So I think we should all just kind of do, as a group, just kind of walk through the town and see if we see any sort of mounts, library, research place. Just see what kind of places there are to search.
Galliford will then try to lead them to, starting with the mounts because he's curious, places that he remembers were there when he was young, to see if they're still there.
Okay, you... Oh,
Thank you, Stig. Yes, I will. I will do it to Caradwin and Nyx, just in case we get into some trouble and we're all a little hardy.
that reminds me, Sig. Real quick side note, guys. Even this is not Baldur's Gate 3, so there are certain things you cannot do that you can do in game. In that game, like you can't throw a healing potion at your party to give them all healing. You can't stack up 25 crates inconspicuously to get over a wall.
I've seen a lot of posts. Do you know what the most powerful technique is to do a lot of damage really quick?
You cannot get an owlbear to suplex off the edge of a building. I mean,
What is it, Mason?
It's called owlbear off the top rope, by the way.
And geez, Nix, I'm still in the beginning too. But anyways,
Stig will grab one of the people and go, "Where are your mounts?"
well, Galliford's leading you to him, but
I still grab somebody saying, "Where are your stables?"
he points in the way your group is walking.
Do you have any griffins?
No, those are only the store. God damn it.
Storzondos.
Storzondos have griffins.
Stig will set him down and walk and proceed.
Next, we want to play with you. Galliford, you lead the party to the stables at one of the gates. They do have land animals in them. You see some stags. You do see some fey. You do see some horses with autumn fey colors. But you don't see any flying mounts, if that's what you were looking for.
Oh, that would have been the fastest thing. But these will still work. Stags were always majestic. Gallifrey's going to try and do the math in his head. Would these mounts get us there fast enough?
as you're doing the math in your head, you are approached by some soldiers. Sir, we have been instructed to escort you to prevent you from leaving the city premises.
Can I flash my own soldier badge and be like, "Don't worry, gentlemen, he's with me."
You may go. He must stay.
I'm merely checking out the beautiful mounts. Can you not leave me and my companions in peace?
But I need you back within the city walls, sir.
He's a grown man. He can do what he wants.
We have orders from your father.
Stig, like physically deflates. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Gauntford, you're screwed."
I can't stand.
We will not be heading anywhere. You may go.
They get up and start. We have orders from your father. Back in the city.
Aren't we still in the city?
The stables are outside the city walls.
Oh, okay. Gallifrey will turn around and head back into the city with a plan in mind.
We didn't. They could. Well, did Gumford calculate? Maybe Mason will calculate if we could make it on these mounts and in time or not. See if these mounts are even worth sneaking out and.
Stig will go up to the stableman and say, "How fast are your horses? What are these creatures?"
Well, horses are fast. They're decent. The stags are just as fast as the horses, and so are the wolves, and the.
You got wolves for mounts?
You look over again. They're very. They blend in with the autumn scenery. So they're like crimson and orange and gold colored fur, and then you look over. You see what seems to be some sort of like mounted drakes, like lizard like mounts.
What are those?
Land drakes. Within the draconic family, they're not dragons themselves. They cannot breathe fire. They cannot fly, but they can climb very well. Would you like a closer look?
Stig is already like face to face with one.
Do be careful. They are very timid creatures. It's like you're looking at, when you go to the pet store and the lizard's looking at you and you're looking back at it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of scurries a bit. It just has eye contact with you. It's just seeing you're having a staring contest with this drake. Were you looking to rent or purchase?
Well, we were looking to try and, get to this location, the Wither Tree location, but we also don't want to miss the festival. And we were looking for some fast mounts who might be able to get us there and back.
Wither Tree?
Dude.
What are you talking about?
I'm describing it to you, Chris. We're trying to get up here. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Describe that to him,
To get these will definitely get you there, but you will definitely miss the festival.
Well, we don't want to miss the festival, so we might have to put our camping trip on hold until afterwards. I hear the family has a big surprise. You know anything about that?
Oh, no, but I'm looking forward to it. It's supposed to be the most grandest event yet.
What they do last year, I wasn't present. I'd love to know what kind of things they do.
Oh, what did they do last year? Oh, there's so much excitement going on. Oh, yes. They did donate and help build the walls. Oh, and also, again, these drakes, these are new. They were imported. They brought them from the other realms, and were able to help me breed them, and were able to produce them and send them to the capital. Yes, that's one of the grandest things, and of course the big fireworks show and whatnot. It's so amazing.
Can't wait to go see it. Stig, do you want to test drive one of those?
Huh? No, I better not. Not until I see the prices. Stig is like window shopping for like motorcycles.
Yes. It kind of goes back and goes. It still is keeping an eye on your stick, but it's like walking backwards, and it climbs over the wall, and then it changes color to blend in.
Stig looks at it, climbing the walls, and he goes, "Man, that would be pretty useful." And his hands and feet grow little claws.
4-wheel drive, apparently, all terrain.
But man, that'd be pretty useful. Beat the heck out of horses.
I'll go back inside the wall to talk to Galliford and tell him that, even if we did get mounts, we wouldn't be able to make it there and back in time for the festival.
And before we go, Stig would probably like a price range on all the creatures.
Horses are riding horses will be your standard price in the player's handbook. Stags will be
Maybe about half the times more.
time and a half, yeah. And the drakes, how much is a horse?
A riding horse is 75 gold.
So a stag will be 150 gold, and a drake is 300. And there's different colors. You could choose your colors. But the drakes can definitely shave colors. There's some drakes have like little spines, like little desert lizards. Some of them are more armored.
Any of them have like a racing stripe?
Some of them do have what seems to be stripes going down their back. Yeah.
I want the alpha. You can tell he's the alpha because he's multicolored.
Oh God, that is always going to be a joke, Jerry. That's not going away.
We return to the party.
Next, you real quick, you wanted the question.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to the Drake. Well, see if they can understand me.
What can? Trying to make sure.
I could post my what's it called? Perfect. That.
I just want to make sure.
I know Druidic.
I think you might need to speak with animals if you wanted to talk to drakes.
What's druidic?
I don't know. It's just that comes with the druid thing. But let me look.
Druidic is like a rogue's thieves' cant. It's the special language of the druids.
You, Nyx, won't be able to communicate with the drakes with your current language skills.
Ah, okay.
I know Fearbolgs have like speech of animal and beast where they can like get the gist of their intentions towards animals, but you usually need to speak with animals.
In that case, I guess can't question him. I could like motion and see if they can communicate that way, but I don't think that we can communicate.
And you would know that these drakes, they are beasts, but they're not beast types. So, like, I think speaking out animals allows you to speak with beasts.
Yeah, let me go.
You might need tongues, which allows you to communicate with any creature as long as their intelligence is high enough.
Okay, then I guess I'm just studying them because they said that they're from a different plane. I don't know anything about the Feywild, but
Yeah, you could definitely tell by the drakes compared to the wolves and the Fey wolves here, and the stags and the horses. These are not, you believe, native to the Autumn Feywild or the Feywild in general.
yeah.
They might have.
I guess
We're heading to the library. We're heading to the library next. You can do some research there.
Okay, then I'm just gonna paint the colors and just do a sketch so that I can compare it to any other animals that I can find in the library dictionary.
Okay. Anybody else wanting to do anything at the stables? Caradwin,
No, nothing that I can think of.
We just went looking for flying mounts. They don't have any, so moving on.
all right. You guys go into town. Galliford, you lead them to this town doesn't really have a grand library like you would see like in a city, but you can definitely go find a small bookstore or whatnot to do some research. It would have there would be a little place here that you could peruse.
Mason wants to research the Mask Festival and kind of its origins and stuff.
Okay.
While Mason's doing that, after leading them to the small library, Galliford is going to shift the cloak to look more like a plain cloak instead of the autumn themed one he normally has it. And then is going to use his disguise kit and a different hat to
Okay. Mason, give me a investigation check. All right. You're looking through the books. You're kind of asking the small little librarian kind of questions and whatnot. You discover that the origins of this festival are indeed started around when a this town was back in ancient when it was first being in place in the Feywild. The citizens had to disguise themselves to hide from the evil Fey and outside forces that plagued this land before they were repelled. So once a year, after a successful, they celebrate this by again putting on a mask, kind of going out, having fun, playing games, It's kind of it's almost like the if you know the original origins of Halloween in our world, it's like that. People would put on masks to hide from spirits and evil
Does it also have the same kind of theme of Halloween-like spirits and the spirit world closest to this world and all that?
Not necessarily that. It is is more of like
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if there's any sort of stories or rituals that take place around this festival that the people might be trying to do.
okay.
Whether they're trying to attract the demons again, like the old stories, or if there's some sort of ritual that happens around this time. That's kind of what I'm looking for.
So for that first investigation check, you discover the origins of the Festival of the Mask. Give me another investigation check to see if you were thinking maybe somebody is trying to do something during this time or in the past, or there might be some sort of connection.
I'm gonna add my flash of genius to that, so it's a 17.
Okay. There have been incidents in the past where people have tried to use this to, especially the hags. That's basically who they were battling against during the days and when the origins was going around. So the hags try to use this time.
So it's the hag time of year.
Yeah,
Got
so-
it.
yeah,
Extra. I'm gonna add some extra protection to my mask, you guys.
So usually a hag is not uncommon, but nothing really happens. But a hag every now and then tries to stir trouble. But luckily nothing major has happened since they were repelled back behind the the Crimson Wall.
Is that what this mountain range is called?
Yes.
Alright. So that's what I'm doing for now. Somebody else wants to say what they're doing.
I'm looking at picture books.
Stig will do some research on this cave beast.
Okay, give me an investigation, Stig. Oh, wow. So, you discover you're unsure. You can't find a name, but you do find that this beast has been around since again ancient times, around the same time as when the Mask Festival has started, the same origins. And Mason will kind of point out, yeah, these days kind of correlate, but the description of this beast is always crawling around. It can't. It's like it's too big for the hole. It was repelled back into this peak. Now it says to carry chains around it, like it's like a chain around the neck. There's hooks in its flesh and whatnot. It's been like tortured like this throughout the years. You believe it's maybe some sort of escaped beast that perhaps the hags, when controlled it, had it for at one point, and it just escaped, and it's just been hunted down for its evil, trying to be repelled. But you do not know what the beast is called or really its true form. It's just crawling around, always in agony and in pain, and a trail of blood always seems to follow wherever it goes. Literally, as it's always bleeding from its wounds.
That kind of ruins the mood.
Caradwin?
I would like to research actually a little bit more about the hags that they were at war with or having issues with, and see if there's any information on the type of magic they would use, and see if I can connect that either to any of the objects that we are looking for or the magic that we found on that door.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Jesus, it's a +8, guys. I got a +8.
You know that all hags, most hags, usually form covens. But you find out there is a hierarchy of hags, of a coven of hags, in behind the Crimson Wall that was repelled. Still active to this day. It is, and as you're kind of looking around and trying to piece things together, this spell would seem to be kind of hag related, and they usually dabble. They almost like another form of taboo magic. At least the more powerful hag it is, the more it usually kind of will dabble a little bit in either curse magic, blood magic, but you know that usually blood magic revolves around the vampires and the followers of Gore, the god of blood. Even though it's taboo and not all vampires use it, or soul magic. Hags are, and you would know within your research, hags carry around at least night hags carry around a satchel known as a soul satchel, a soul bag. You do not know what it does, what its purpose is, but it cannot be good.
All right.
But yes, you do believe with that 13, that that arcane seal has something to do with hag magic.
All right. I'll keep that in my pocket for now. The information, not the book.
Yep. So, and next, you're looking at picture books. You said you're.
Yeah, I'm looking at the drakes. I'm trying to figure out where they're from, like which part of the fey court they're from.
You have
Okay.
the book with like Daniel the Drake.
What's that old Disney movie? That Charlie and the Dragon, the invisible green dragon.
Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon, yeah. Next, looking around in these children books for the Fae, you don't see any Fae dragons. Actually, you do. You do find what seems to be a Fae dragon, but it's very much smaller than the drakes. You see, it's like a fairy-like dragon.
Huh.
But you don't see any of the drakes in any of these books.
I go ask the librarian if she knows where these drakes come from.
Oh, they come from your realm, the material plane, originally.
Oh.
Yes. We don't know where, but they were gifted to the city by the Stolanzos last year, and they've been actually thriving ever since.
Interesting. You happen to know how they acquire them? I thought it was kind of difficult to go between portals.
If one knows how and is strong enough or adventurous enough to go through and bring back such a creature, it's nothing's impossible, dear.
I guess that's true. Well, thank you for the information. I was just curious because they seem so different from everything here. Well, everything looks different to me from here.
Oh yes, and we appreciate your visit as well. We hope you're enjoying the visit to the Fae and us in our lovely town.
I am. It's very, well, I don't know. I guess it feels kind of peaceful.
It is. We are able. Luckily, we are in a time of peace. Of course, there's always those troubles. Not which is not coming anywhere. Small little things, nothing of a grand war or whatnot. But things have been very peaceful lately, and it is a blessing.
That is true. You wouldn't happen to have any past records of the town itself, do you?
I perhaps, but why would you need them, dear?
Well, my friend's been gone for a while, and so, from here, and it seems like a lot has changed since he was last here, so I was just curious to see what kind of events have been happening in the past 20 years.
Oh, a historian, I see. Oh, but yes, of course. Let me see if I can round something up for you. She goes back into kind of like the back room where all the old files are, and you hear her rummaging around. Gallenford?
Yes.
Okay, give me... See how well you're disguised. What kind of check would this be? Oh. Okay, and what are you trying to do exactly?
Well, I changed the cloak primarily to cover most of my body, so it's mainly.
Oh, what I mean is, what's your goal? What are you trying to do?
I am trying to make myself appear like just some other common Fey elf walking around. So I tried to tie up the hair and either cover it with another hat so it's not very visible on the shade, or I don't know if I would have a wig in there. So I'll probably try and make it, the hair less visible underneath. Around my eyes to not seem as clean.
Okay. So you put on your disguise kit. You start using your disguise kit. You put on your hat and your cloak. You change your cloak, and you're walking about town.
I'll probably, just to test it out, kind of walk near where I saw some of the guards just to see if they notice and if they acknowledge me as Gallenford, or if they think I'm just another bystander.
So how close are you wanting to get to him?
I would say I'm like 15 feet away.
At that distance, they kind of just heed you no mind. They're just kind of going about their day on the patrol.
Okay. I would take that as thinking that it's working as I wish, and I'll head into the small library where I saw my companions go.
Okay. Next, you eventually she brings out these an old binder or one of those boxes, like one of those office boxes. Here you go, Dia. Here.
Ooh, this is.
And she kind of blows off the dust.
Thank you. And then I go look to one of the tables to scour through the papers.
What you got there, Nix?
History book. Well, it's everything that's happened in the past 20 years here. I figured that's where the best place to start would be.
I didn't startle
Talk
you.
to strangers.
You know it was me.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't know who. I could kind of tell because of your voice.
Oh, hold on.
Nix, what about told you about talking to strangers?
Not to talk to them?
Gallifrey's just got a smile, realizing it's working. His disguise. But he'll just wink and whisper, "It's me."
I don't know you. I'm just gonna pull Nix away. Come on, Nix, let's go.
But my research. I drag the box behind me.
We can take the box over to a table.
Alright, next, you can give me an investigation check.
Alright, I'm gonna use my inspiration point to get advantage. Or 19.
Okay. You start at the back 20 years ago, and definitely the news of Galliford and his brother's fall has definitely shocked the town. There are no photos. It's just all writing.
I try not to get sleepy, but I'm like, I no wonder, Karen, when my eyes, I need glasses. Are things looking all jumbled now? So many words.
But as you dig deeper into the events, Nix or Carla, you've seen the Dragon Prince, right?
Yes, I've seen up to I think season 3.
So you know when the mage is, I can't remember his name, is looking up that elf's name, and the words of the page disappear.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening to you.
Uh-oh.
What's happening to Nix?
Well, not to Nix herself, but she's looking through these research papers, and the words are just begin to blur as she's reading them, and mix up and becoming illegible.
There's magic afoot here.
Mason will come over and see what he sees. Magic? Where? What's going on?
The history is being warped somehow. It's not letting me read. Like something's blocking it from me reading it.
Mason also sees it's all warping and stuff.
Mason, as Nix is pointing out, you begin to read, and the words begin to warp around you as well. The page is becoming blank, and you pull up another one, it's becoming black. You cannot. Seems like you are unable to, or someone or something, or somehow you are unable to research what happened here 20 years ago exactly, or the events between 20 years and now.
Mason's gonna pinch himself to make sure he's not dreaming, because apparently you can't read in dreams. Nope, not a dream. You know what's going on with this? Yes, Caradwan, help.
Sure, if you guys call me over, I can... Alright, what is it that you need? What is it?
Look at this, the history book is all cattywampus.
Genuinely, I hate that that's a real word, but alright, I'll take a look. I will... If it's hard to read, I'll cast Identify first and see if it'll tell me anything. And then, if that gives me more information, I'll go from there.
You cast Identify on these books of like newspaper clippings and pages. You don't sense any magic radiating from these pages. But however, when you pick up to go read, again, the same things happen to you. The words and everything become illegible. I'm not saying that right, but anyways, you can't read.
Illegible.
Illegible. God damn. Something, somewhat, or somehow, whatever, is preventing you for discovering between now and 20 years ago exactly what happened, the events, what the history of the town 20 years ago. Between 20 years and now. The only thing you can find out that Gallenford and his brother were killed on an adventure.
Alright, so then I think the safe assumption is that whatever is making things all weird in the Feywild is making things weird whenever we try to look into it as well. Fascinating kind of magic, though. Whatever it is that is altering reality in this way is altering everything else.
Perhaps it sounds like our first goal is to go see these hags, see if they're doing any more rituals.
Well, again, we have the problem. We either go to the hag location or we wait for the festival.
I mean, if they need the festival to perform these rituals, what does it say? Where do they have to like be in the town, or is it just the time?
Unclear.
Personally, I don't like the sound of this big surprise. I think we should be here in case something goes down.
I agree.
That's what I was thinking too, but maybe we try and get out of the town when the big surprise happens in case it targets the town.
What we could do is double check to make sure there's no rituals or anything.
Excuse me,
hidden
this
around
is
the
a
town.
private conversation, sir.
Yeah, what are you doing, freak? This private conversation. Get out of here.
I'll just show the armor underneath the cloak to let them know it's me at this point, after hiding in the other aisle and listening in.
So this stranger just opens his coat to us.
I got
Also, does your armor like match
away
your
from
family's
us.
armor? Does this armor match your family's armor, or is this like your personal armor?
It's Gallenford's personal armor.
Okay, I just want to. I would have had fun role playing if you were a god or something.
His personal armor that he always wears under his clothes.
Jonathan, what happened? Is history rewriting itself? What's going on?
No, this is so the guards don't stop me.
Your clothes have changed and your face is hidden. And the history books are going weird. I want to make sure you're not changing with it.
Let me take a look.
Again, same thing happens to you, Galliford. You cannot figure out what's going on.
As I'm looking at and watching this happen, I kind of just mutter under my words. I really need to know if this is you, director, or if this is something else.
Does it happen with all of history, or does it start at a certain point?
Nick's asked for 20 years between now and 20 years ago. It seems to happen at the pinpoint so far. All you could discover is that Galliford and his brother were killed in an adventure. And then anything after that, after that, you cannot read.
Yeah.
Does this specify the cause of the death?
No.
I think our next move should be to investigate this surprise they have. So we need to do more sneaking around at the mansion.
I could just confront my father. Sorry if I'm sticking with this other voice. I gotta
And
get
how's
used
that
to
turned out so far? I think he grounded you last time?
when he thought I was leaving. If I act like I'm participating with everything.
Stig will come up. He's just like, "Yeah, Galliford, you do you. Go ask your father. Maybe he'll be straight for this with you this time. That's a good idea." And then he will take Nyx aside and says, "Okay, Galliford's gonna get squat from that, so you're gonna have to pull your weight this time."
Well, I've been pulling my weight. I was the one who found the safe. She almost kind of starts yelling a little bit.
Right. Now you gotta do that again and find out what's really going on while Galliford struggles helplessly against his father.
Maybe if I check their room, but I don't know if they have like a guard dog or anything out there.
Guard dog should be nothing against you. Use your instincts. You got this.
Oh, I almost forgot. Did I mention when we found that clock and saw my family's family jewels that
Your
there
what?
looked like there was a
What?
mask missing?
Gross.
Not like that. Rings, necklaces, gems. But
Oh, like actual family jewels. Okay, got it.
yes. But on the mannequin, it looked like there was a mask, like a masquerade type mask that might be missing.
Any significance to that mask?
I don't recall it being part of the set, but it's also been 20 years and things are different. I wonder if that mask vendor is still walking around with all those masks that he procured.
Well, I think we got everything we want from the library for now.
So while you and Nyx go snooping around, the rest of us will wander the town. Maybe we can snoop around at some of the setup sites.
I'd like to go to the mansion if they were going to investigate the mansion. I could send Fulgurite in with Nyx and get eyes on there if you guys need a magical perspective. Ish.
Before I head back, I'm going to check the mask vendor just to see if I see a mask that looks like one that might fit into that slot that had one missing.
I mean, wouldn't any mask fit? Or are you shopping around for something that would pair well with your family jewels?
No, the one that I created, or some of the ones we have that covers the full face.
That sounds kind of stupid. How could a mask hide your identity if you're only like hiding your cheekbones?
Maybe it's those shifter masks.
Good enough makeup and disguise. I mean,
What are
did I not trick you with a different hat and a full black cloak?
I just made it up. I don't know what a shifter mask is. I just thought that there was like this mask that makes you look like somebody else.
Anyway, so what's the plan here?
I think the plan is you guys will snoop around, see what you can discover, and we'll snoop around here.
I'll check for the mask. I'll head back to the manor. Get out of this disguise kit first when heading into the manor. Distract my family and confront my father, allowing you guys to look around. It might be wise to keep an eye out for any hag-like symbols around town to make sure there isn't a ritual going on.
Don't worry, we got it. Come on, Carradwin. We're snooping.
Alright, so Curly and Stig are going to check out the town. Gonford, Mason, and Nix are going up to the manor.
Mask vendor and then manor.
Brick.
Alright, you guys leave the library and split off. Right here, we're going to take our break. So, yes, past my bedtime. So, Carradwin, Stig, you guys are going again. You guys are going off by yourselves, and it's Gownford, Mason, and Nix are going off.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll start with Carradwin and Stig. Where I apologize. Where are you going again?
We're gonna go snoop around, basically places where they're setting up for the festival.
Okay.
If there's a place where they normally like show their grand reveal, that's where we're going to be heading.
That would be the town center with the clock tower. That would be the most likely place to go.
Yeah, so we'll snoop around over there.
Okay, you go around. You can give me an investigation check if you're...
There we go.
For
Yeah,
a 0,
Stig.
that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Alright. So you're kind of looking for things out of the ordinary, looking for maybe things that might be suspicious. And Karen, you're having Morgan help you out, kind of hop around, kind of get in the nooks and crannies. But you both don't really find anything suspicious other than perhaps normal festival wares. It's almost
too perfect.
exactly. The only thing odd, though, I would say, is the town maybe the town guards kind of being a little shifty a bit, but they're always kind of making sure everything's okay going on. But yeah, it's almost like everything's a little too perfect around here.
Were there any like imported goods for the festival?
Yes, actually, you do find some other fae coming from that have not that are not Autumn Eladrin and other fae-like beings have definitely come to the festival to sell their wares and enjoy the festival as well.
Bring any? Do we hear about them bringing anything anything like odd, like 500 pounds of hamburger?
You've been watching Akik.
Yeah, I just watched last night. I watched the new one.
They brought in 500 pounds of hamburger. But anyways, there are unique items that you have never seen before, Sig. However, there's nothing off-telling about, like, nothing's giving you an eerie feel, like, again, hag-like feel. The only hag-like experience you've...
They don't have 20 crates of rock salt or death whistles.
Exactly, yeah. Again, so far your only personal experience is with the sea hag, but nothing like that is sticking out.
There was a hag in Herman that he's heard stories about.
Yes, and again, and nothing as eerie as that either. You would know. Forgive me. Yeah, Stig helped deal with, help the party infiltrate Bog. Correct?
Yeah. I waited outside with Caradwin.
Yeah. Nothing like that. That feel, that dark, magical energy. You're nothing is radiating from that.
I do find a bunch of sticks that they called fireworks.
You said the guards were acting shifty?
Oh, well, a little bit, yes. They're always on a swivel, kind of making sure everything's going on. They are a bit jittery.
Maybe not suspicious, but more active.
Yes. Thank you.
Could I have Morgan perch nearby a group of guards and listen in, and I can do my mind meld with her?
Sure.
To see if I can pick anything up about why they're so on edge.
I'm guessing it's probably just because it's the festival. But you never know.
Things have been kind of weird now that supposedly Gallenford has returned, if that really is him. But I thought he was but I swear he was been buried in that tomb of theirs. Yeah, his father's been kind of active, a little jittery lately, but it is the festival. You never know. But it is odd, though. 20 years, and all of a sudden this man shows up to be, Father, I'm home, blah, 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 welcome me back. It's gotten the whole thing in an uproar. But we got our duties, and they have theirs. So, let's get back to work.
Well, I don't like the way they said that last part. Interesting. Okay. Well, Stig, it just seems like Gallenford's put them on edge, and apparently there's a duty that the Stronzos have. Don't know what it is, but, we really should get into that crypto if Gallenford's body's supposed to be in there.
Well, if you remember, in order to get into that crypt, we need to defeat those creatures, I think.
Yeah, I know.
That's our best effort, though.
But still something that's, I don't know. Everything about this is bugging me.
Yeah. None of this feels right. I'm sure we'll get answers at the festival, though. One way or another.
Yeah, that sits even worse with me, but fair enough, I suppose. Should we buy some sweet treats? Maybe we can find something from our realm? Reminisce about home? Any donuts? Maybe somebody brought donuts?
No, they only sell maple bars here.
Oh, damn.
And come on, Carriage, we don't want to get stuff from our realm. We want stuff from here.
Yeah, but depending on how you look at it, we've either been gone for just a couple of days or a few weeks. And if I've gone a few weeks without a donut...
Besides, they're imported here. They'll probably be super expensive.
That's true. Import prices and taxes.
Have you made a report to Bierce today?
No, I have not. I don't exactly know what to report other than that there's a festival and some shady shit going on with magic that is.
Haven't heard anything from him. I believe we discerned that it was about a week between days.
I think it was about a week, maybe 3, something around there. Yes. Because messages come in very slow when he sends them. We're spending a lot of time, though. And that I also don't like.
That can't be helped. We might as well enjoy it while we've got the time.
I guess.
Speaking of time, Stig will look at the clock. He goes, "It's snack time."
It's what?
It's morphin' time.
Like more for time.
So Stig and Kedwin will probably just peruse the new shops that are going up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Galliford and Mason, Galliford, Mason, and Nix, you would probably be in a similar area, but further away. As Galliford, you kind of looking around, and you do eventually find that mask salesman, and he is as happy as ever. Oh, yes. How can I help you today?
Hello, hi. Just taking a look at your mask. Do you happen to have any in a masquerade type style?
I have very many styles, but yes, I most likely have a masquerade style. What kind are you looking for? And he kind of shows any with a wave of his hand. You see several different masquerade like masks.
Before answering, when he shows the ones that with that wave, I kind of want to just glance over them to see if any of them stand out. That seemed like one that might have been in that vault.
No. None of them match the jewelry set that are in the vault.
Do you have any that seem regal, maybe? Something that someone of the Storzando's caliber would fancy.
I have plenty that they would perhaps like. What? It, you are a Storzando yourself. Do you see anything that you like?
Oh, you saw through my disguise?
I think you took off your disguise.
No, I didn't yet. I was going to after this. I just flashed you guys.
So any that you wish to purchase? But yeah, I thought you already made your mask though.
I did. Realizing he already saw through everything, I'll like pull this other hat off and just shake my hair free and put my normal hat on. Do you happen to know of any other mask vendors who may have suddenly come upon a fancy masquerade mask?
None of that caliber.
Okay, that was pretty much my only question. And just to seem like I wasn't just accusing him of anything, I'll kind of just show him the finished product of the mask that I did last time. With your expertise, is there anything you would suggest adding onto this before we leave?
I legitimately don't remember what you made. What kind of?
It kind of looked like a wooden knight. I'll show you. Hold on one sec. I'm going to copy and paste so you can see. My apologies for it taking so long. Maybe a second. I'm just gonna say it looks kind of like a wooden like knight mask. Like a knight's helm, but in a wooden style.
Okay. He takes the mask from your hands. He kind of looks around. And he kind of looks at it. The mask usually reflects its wearer, and those who have made the mask. I think it suits you well. Doug, I'll send you a video, a YouTube channel tomorrow that you would definitely like.
Okay.
But yeah,
Thank you. Your advice on this was most appreciated.
as he hands you back your mask, he kind of grabs your wrist, and you have suffered a terrible fate. Be wise, Gallantford Storando. Be wise. And he releases you.
What is it that you know?
And he kind of he still smiles, and he just kind of he looks off. I have masks for sale for the festival tomorrow. Come.
Gallifrey raises one eyebrow and slowly backs up, and then eventually turns to Nix and Mason.
Did you figure out what you wanted?
No, if anything, that just added more confusion and more mystery. Not only did he see through the disguise very quickly, but I get the sense he knows more than he's letting on for being someone I don't recognize in this town.
Maybe he's some kind of trickster.
Did this traveler look like a Fae person? Can't remember if we asked a description of what he looked like last time.
Has pointed ears, and he doesn't look like a person from the Autumn Feywild.
Does he look like he's from the Spring Feywild?
Unsure. He's wearing a purple suit, so you can't tell.
Next, remember that story I told you about the Pied Piper?
Vaguely?
And all the Spring Fae being very trickster with their trickeries and everything?
Yeah. Maybe he's part of the Spring Court.
It's possible, I didn't even think about it, but that's still ominous. But I can go confront my father and distract them if you guys want to look around.
So you make your way. Oh, Mason, did you want to do anything?
No.
Okay. So you three make your way back to the manor. The guards let all three of you pass. The Mason, you go. I mean, Galliford, you go inside. What do you guys do?
I will catch one of the guards. Do you happen to know where my father is at this time?
He is in his study and does not wish to be disturbed.
Can you relay a message that I would like to speak with them as soon as possible?
When he's available, we will relay your message. Is there anything else, sir?
There is. Do you know what happened to me and my brother's griffins from the stables?
Your griffin was killed, and your brothers just died due to grief. From what I've heard.
Who?
What?
Who killed mine?
It went rampant after your death, and it had to be put down.
Mason's gonna wander off to where, trying to get outside everybody. Then he's gonna cast invisibility on himself and just kind of snoop the mansion, looking for hidden dungeons or documents of note.
Okay. So you excuse yourself. I need to use the privy. And as you walk away around the corner, and when it's clear, you cast invisibility.
Yep. I'll just wander around looking for suspicious things or documents of interesting knowledge.
You documents know you would most likely from what the sound of things, most documents that you would probably find that would be incriminating would be in the office. However, you kind of look around and try to you go into the back of the kitchens and you find that there's a stairway down to seems to be like a root cellar. Where they store the larder.
Let's head down that way.
All right. You do enter the larder. It is full of food. Give me an investigation check. Jesus, you guys are on a roll. You're looking around. You don't find any secret passageways or doors or whatnot. It is a very large larder. However, you do hear it seems to be steps coming down the stairwell into the larder, and you kind of back away into the corner out of the way, even though you are invisible. You do see two kitchen staff, and they begin to chat. So, are you excited for the big surprise? We got the day off after all. Yes, but you usually get an insight, but this time it's been very tight knit. But the massa has been very agitated today. I don't know. It seems like he lost something. I don't know. He's been asking around if we found a clock or something, but he's not in the best of mood. But we must stay on his path and make sure that everything is. We gotta please him and get ready for dinner. This supposed Galliford, he's just causing so much problem. I just wish he wouldn't disturb this family. They've done so much for us, and now he's just causing so much chaos. I wish he would just go away, or they just kill him and find out and reveal the fraud that he is. Anyways, let's go. We got work to do, and they leave.
Okay. And nothing in this down here, you said, so anything tasty that I might take? A nice bottle of wine or something?
Oh, if you want a bottle of wine, as you are leaving, you do notice out of the corner of your eye a door that you missed. It's like you know that scene for Age of Ultron? Please be a secret passage. Be a secret passage.
Yep.
You find there is a false door. There are some shelves on it, but you do find the wine cellar. And this is where, and these wines are locked behind cages, and they look expensive.
Well, I do have thief tools. I don't know why I'm stealing from these people, but I really want a bottle of wine.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand dexterity check with your thieves' tools.
And since this is tools, let me hit this right here. I have double proficiency with tools, so...
Okay. And this does not break your invisibility.
So that's an 11. I'll add... Yeah, we'll just leave it an 11.
11 unfortunately will not get past this lock that you're stuck on. This wine is pretty locked up tight.
Alright, we'll let them keep their wine. It's kind of suspicious that they have a hidden wine cellar, but, you know, rich people.
Alright.
Alright, if that's all I think is in these rooms, then let's head back up to the main, explore more of the house.
Okay. Gallenford and Nyx, anything you are doing?
Well, I've been kind of thinking about how Gallenford's mom has been out of sorts ever since the loss of her sons, and I don't know. I'm starting to believe that might not actually just because of grief. But I kind of want to see if I can find their room if she's by herself to study her.
Okay.
Turn into my cat. Well, I'll go somewhere, turn into my cat form, and then find her room.
Okay. Easy enough. You do find the room that which you believe is to be the master bedroom. You are able to creak in, kind of push the door open and kind of slide right in and kind of close the door behind you. It is dark in here. The curtains are drawn and whatnot.
Is she in bed, or do I just kind of look around with my? I don't know if cats have dark vision. Maybe I don't.
I would say it's not like total darkness. It's just a very dark room. You look around. It is a very you see. Jeremy, what was that Alaskan king or no Brad?
The Alaskan king bed?
Yes. You see an Alaskan king size bed. How many people did that feed? That fits a family of 5, right?
Yeah, 5 people can sleep on that.
You see a massive bed, the 4 pillars, the curtains over it and everything. You can't see into it, but And then you also see a large, what seems to be a nightstand with the mirror and whatnot. You see what seems another door, which you believe to be maybe a walk-in closet or a private privy. But just standing there, sitting by the door, you do not see Gallifrey's mother offhand.
Oh, well, I'm gonna try to climb up onto the bed.
Okay. You easy enough. You jump on the bed. She is not in the bed. You see her back facing towards you, sitting in that nightstand makeup area with the mirror, in a white nightgown, and she's just sitting there like a statue, staring into the mirror.
I go near the mirror, and I'm just like, huh. I approach her from behind and just kind of sniff at her.
She doesn't move.
I jump on top of the makeup and I just meow.
No reaction.
I look up at her face.
She has this stone. She's like. She has like a blank stare. And she's just staring at her reflection. Mouth kind of, ajar a little bit. Just.
I jump into her lap. Just kind of rub myself against her.
Her hand kind of twitches, and she's kind of out of the trance, and she just stares back at her. She kind of she cracks her neck, and just begins to pet you.
Does this make me feel like she's almost like all-like? Does she actually feel like a flesh being?
She feels flesh. She's not a doll.
Okay.
But it is very eerie what's going on. I'm a pretty girl. My boys are safe. They are gone on an adventure. They'll be back soon. They always come back. And she's just so petting you.
Yeah. Just her to try to help calm her.
She's a pretty one, isn't she?
She looking, and she's saying she's a pretty one, isn't she? Is she looking at herself in the mirror?
She's still looking at the mirror. She will make them safe. Make us all safe. Give me an investigation check, Nix.
Okay. I'm trying so hard, like, something's off. I know something's off. I don't know if this is actually her grief or if she's under some spell, but her talking about this person makes me like, who is she talking about? So yeah, I'll do an investigation. Or 4.
You are too creeped out to kind of this is very eerie.
Yeah.
She picks you up and starts walking towards the. She hasn't looked at you and whatnot. She just kind of instinctively picks you up, still petting you, by the way. But she's walking towards that other door to the other the other room. And she opens it and enters. And it's again unsettling, and it's just there are mementos almost of her family. Rich. This is an actual thing. So people used to make dolls of their loved ones and whatnot, and you see a doll of Galliford when he was younger, and the bow tie and the stockings and the button shoes and everything like that, and what seems to be assumed to be his brother. They're all safe. They will be safe. She will take care of them.
As I just kind of look at the dolls, do they look like, is their hair made out of string, or does it look like it's made out of hair?
It looks like it's made out of hair.
I'm gonna jump out of her arms and grab onto Galliford's doll and then run out.
She doesn't even. Oh wait. Just okay.
Attempt to. If she's gonna stop me, I'll roll when I need to.
When you jump at the ball, get away from that, you damn beast, and just grabs you by the scruff and just chucks you against the door.
I try to go for the doll again.
She's going to give me a
roll initiative.
Okay.
No.
Chris proceeds to roll the mother and the 2 dolls into initiative. Wait.
Give me a dexterity acrobatics check to avoid being grappled by the mom.
Okay. I'll use my cat's form. That I think that's one it goes with. Or a 17.
Yeah, she is an older lady, but you avoid her and you grab the doll, and you see the fury in her eyes. Give that back, you damn dirty beast! And she lets out this screech, this blood-curdling screech. Galliford!
She reaches under the bed and pulls out a wizard staff.
Shit.
Galliford, you hear your mom scream.
What's going on? I'm gonna run in the direction where I hear the scream.
Okay, and Ed has alerted the guards as well. Everybody's rushing to to your parents' bedroom, and your father comes bursting out of his office, and he doesn't look happy at all.
I don't know if Mason's anywhere near the office, but if he left the office, can I sneak in there for a quick examination?
This will probably... You would probably be coming out of the dining room when the commotion is going on, so you could definitely try to slip in to the office, yeah?
Yeah, step in and just do a quick like glance and try and snag something because he could be back any minute.
Okay, real quick. Gallenford, your father looks at it. What did you do, boy?
Excuse me, I did nothing. Let's find out what's going on.
You, everybody kind of bursts in. God, this is not Kratos. Everybody burst, the guards and whatnot. You burst into your parents' bedroom and you see a cat carrying your old doll that your mom made of you when you were a boy. Kill that beast!
I'm going to reach for the cat if I'm ahead of everyone else, but as I touch Nyx, I'm going to cast Greater Invisible the cat and just be. I'm gonna try and play off like, where'd the cat go?
So you wouldn't have been there first. There will be a few guards ahead of you. But Nyx, you would most likely have made a beeline to Gallenford, and
Yep.
Avoiding the guards with this doll in your clutches. 1 second.
Quick, while he's not here.
Lay down. Go lay down. Sorry, the dogs were wrestling. Nyx, do you hang on to the doll will not turn into invisible when Gallenford casts it on you. So
I just kind of throw myself further into his coat. The doll still in my mouth.
so you turn invisible. The doll floats into your coat, Gallenford.
Greater invisibility does state that anything you're carrying is also invisible.
This will not be considered. This won't work on this situation.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I know. But for this, it wouldn't work.
I'll reach for it as I'm trying to play off how the cat just vanished, and I'll be like, what is this?
Gallenford, you know that this is a doll that was made of you when you were little. You know exactly what this is.
So I'll try and change the tune. I'll just be like, you kept this of me. Thank you, Mom.
You're not him. Give me back my son, as she rips the doll out of your hands. Get out of here! Get out now!
Gallenford will slowly back out.
Yeah, and the guard's like, okay, let's get out of here. And your father kind of goes in and starts trying to calm her down, and the guards close the doors behind them, keeping them in.
she's just like super scared. I've never seen such a visceral reaction before.
Gallifrey's gonna head away from the guards in the parents' bedroom, but instead of going to his normal room, he's going to head to his brother's instead. But just whispering into the coat, just stay in there for now.
Mason, so with the commotion going on, you do see some more. You do see some papers on the desk. Do you just grab them and kind of exit?
Yep, that'll work.
All right. So, Mason, you're still invisible. Things are kind of calming down. People are kind of going back to their posts. You do see Galliford walking, not in your direction. He's walking in a different, away from you in a different direction, like heading towards another room.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just let Galliford do his thing, and I'll keep doing my thing separately, because he was kind of the distraction, so I'm going to assume he's still doing distracting things.
Okay. Galliford, you get to your brother's room, and it is locked.
It wasn't locked last time, was it?
I don't believe it was, but this time it is.
Are there any guards or anyone nearby?
People are returning to their stations, so yeah.
Okay, I'll have to do this late at night. I kind of look around, trying to get an idea where Mason might have snuck off to. I'll head back to my room, and where I'm out of sight from everyone, I'll just message. We're holding out in my room currently.
Okay, I'll do a sweep of this, the next couple rooms, and I'll meet you there. Good distraction, by the way.
That was all Nick's.
So I'll, walk another couple halls and then try and find Galliford's room.
I just realized Mason probably his room is, so after a while
So that's why I said I'm walking around looking for it.
he'll crack the door and peek out until he sees or feels something.
Yeah, if I can see you through the crack, I'll just kind of push the door. It's me! I'm here! I'm in!
Okay.
And dismiss the invisibility. You guys managed to find anything?
Nyx is here, but I'm concentrating on invisibility on her. She snuck into my mom's room and found a doll of me and was trying to run out with it. Nyx, I don't know if you're still a cat right now while you're invisible, but is there a reason why? And it might be wise for you to stay invisible since they're on the lookout. Ow!
How long does greater invisibility last?
Oh, yeah, I'm no longer invisible.
How long does regular invisibility last?
Regular invisibility lasts for an hour.
Oh, okay.
I extract myself and become myself. Gallenford, I don't think things are as they seem anymore. Your mom was saying that there was somebody who was that make everybody safe and that uh, bring you guys back. I don't know who that might be, but she seemed pretty frantic.
I overheard some staff talking about how nobody really thinks you're you. They also don't know what's going on with the big celebration, and your father is really worried about that clock you took. Mason also pulls the papers out from the desk that he got from the desk and sees if he got anything good.
Mason, the plans you pulled out or you retrieved, they're firework plans. It's like it's for the fireworks celebration at midnight.
Anything suspicious about these fireworks? I mean, fireworks usually are just, shoot it up and explode.
You can give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna do another flash of genius to make that a 16.
Okay. These fireworks do seem to be unique. They talk about the magic, that they are magical a bit, and the sparks are supposed to be like a sparkler, and how kind of just the sparks are supposed to fall down and kind of. I'm trying to think of. If you remember, if in the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, one of the fireworks, it goes up, explodes, and they all come down, and the kids are trying to grab them.
I have not seen Lord of the Rings, but sure.
Yes, I remember that.
So there's very similar to that, as it's describing.
Does this have like a list of like the ingredients used in the fireworks? And I'm looking for anything suspicious. Like, sure, this can make blue flames, but it's also used in X ritual.
Nothing of that pops out in these plants that you've got.
Well, we'll let Carradine take a look at these as well, and I'll put them back in my pocket. You want me to take a look at that doll, or are you just gonna hold it?
I think the mom took back the doll,
Yeah, she took
She
that
did.
back.
but something was weird about that doll. I don't know why, it just creeped me out.
Did she say anything weird when you saw it?
She said to stay away from her son. As if that was actually you.
I just had a thought. If they're gonna do this big fireworks display, where are they keeping all these fireworks? Do you have a storehouse or something, or do you think it's stored in the town?
What I recall where things are normally stored before the festival.
They would be in a storage festival. Not in your manor. They would be in a storage area in town.
I think I'd really like to see these fireworks in person.
That could be something to check late this night. They locked my brother's room, so when there's less guards around, I'm going to take a peek and see why they did that.
Let me know if you need me to unlock it or if you got that.
I can unlock that. Did some training with lockpicks early on.
So when did you want to try and get there? Do you want to wait for the guards? Or you want to try and do another distraction plan?
If we're staying here for another night, I might just do it late at night. You know, when everyone's heading to bed.
All right, so I guess the plan is you'll investigate your brother's room tonight, and I'll go check out the fireworks with the rest of the crew.
Yeah. And might have to. You have me curious about the doll now, Nix. But there's only so many times that my mother is away from her room.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get anywhere near her, ever again. Maybe the others have a better insight, because I don't know exactly who this person she's talking about, but she said that she would protect everybody and no. It might have something to do with the fireworks.
This has just become a whole giant riddle.
It's probably still early in the morning or early in the day, so
It was about after lunch, I would say.
We did spend a good while at the library.
it seems like our plan is to, you know, just hang out for the rest of the day, and then at night the party's going to go investigate the warehouse, while Gownford and maybe Nix are going to investigate the brother's room.
Yeah, I guess if anything, we can check and see if there's any nice Fey-styled armaments or something.
Yeah, we'll have to see what we can find. By the way, did you know you have a hidden wine cellar in your cupboard place?
Hidden wine cellar? No, I did not.
Yeah, there's some pretty nice looking wines, and they're all locked up nice and tight. Anyway, I don't know if you're staying here at the house, but I'll take my leave and go inform the rest of the party. I'm sure Carradwin's totally gotten on Stig's nerves by now. I hope they haven't killed each other.
Stig is probably sitting on a bench with a bag of caramel corn, throwing his returning knife at a block of wood.
So Stag, the caramel corn is an ear of corn that tastes like caramel.
Nice. He's eaten. So bored.
Anything you're doing in particular, Carradwin, as you're watching Stig eat caramel corn, core and all?
I'm not sure. I guess I would send Morgan around to sort of keep an eye on things that are under construction and being built up as far as the fairgrounds. I would also like I want to use the circlet to see if there's a piece of it here.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I'll roll you an Arcana check to see how far its range is. which is 5 miles. So I don't know if there's a piece within 5 miles.
You do not detect any piece within 5 miles of you.
Okay. Otherwise, then I'll just be like putting things together in my spell book. I'll also have like my journal, and I'll just be taking notes. So I'm kind of multitasking a little bit between, ooh, new spell idea. Ooh, this thing was weird. Ooh, new spell idea. Ooh, this thing was weird too.
Okay. Have Morgan give me a perception check.
All right. So let me pull up Morgan. Perception.
Morgan's kind of flying around getting, keep the fairgrounds, the whole town and whatnot. Morgan really just notices that everybody's getting ready. Guards are putting up, people are starting to put up the placement for a fireworks show and whatnot. It's just, everybody's just kind of getting ready for tomorrow.
Alright, well, Stig, do we want to wait here the rest of the night, or do we want to meet up with everybody else? I feel like we've been here a little bit. And honestly, the crowd's starting to bother me too.
You see that Stig has basically, his eyes have glazed over, as he is not really paying attention to anything. You kind of think he checked out about an hour ago.
His knife is just stuck in the wood, but he's still going through the throwing motions.
I'll just jab him in the side with my elbow. Stig, let's go. If you're gonna zone out, you should have told me, so that way we could have both, done something else.
He rubs his eyes and goes, the point of zoning out is not knowing when it happens.
The crowd's getting bigger and you're zoned out, and we need to do something.
Agreed.
So I figure we can just find the rest of them and go from there. I mean, we won't, like I said, we won't know anything until the big event. Actually, is there, Chris, is there a main stage to this festival? Is there a big event center that they're going to do whatever this is in?
I think Chris just mentioned they were starting to put it up.
They're putting things up. The main stage, you kind of ask around, and they point at the clock tower, and they point up at the top.
Stig, did we go in the clock tower at all?
No.
Do you want to try to go in the clock tower?
Pete's sitting here, and he is going to throw one of his cobs and try to hit one of the guards.
Oh. Make an attack roll.
Uh, 11. His silence means we got away with it.
Guard, you were you weren't trying to do any damage or anything, right?
No, they just kind of pissed me off a little.
Okay, well, you hit I
don't see if it hits. I just get carried when we start heading towards the clock tower.
Okay.
You hear a surprised swearing. That is good enough for me.
Son of a... Hey! Stop right there.
We keep walking.
Hey, stop him! And two guards are chasing behind you, and other guards hear this cry and are now trying to intercept you.
I'm gonna grab Stig's arm and cast invisibility, and we're just gonna keep going towards the clock tower.
So are
Stig
you
is just holding in his laughter.
are you both invisible?
If I cast it at 3rd level, yes, we're both invisible.
So you kind of like, so you it's like that magic trick where you walk behind a light post and they just disappear. That's what happens. You approach the clock tower. You only find one entrance to the clock tower, and it's being guarded by 2 guards.
Well, it's a good thing we're invisible. Is it a door or is it
It's a door, and they're standing on each side of it, and the door is closed.
All right. Are those other guards still shouting?
They're kind of looking around, but they kind of given up. As there was no harm per se. But you do believe that if they see you, they will approach you still currently.
Okay.
Or I should say, they will see, if they see Stig, they will approach.
Shall we just try the door?
We could just try the door. I mean, we're invisible. They'll see the door open. We could try to play it off like, I don't know, a wind or a ghost or something.
We go try and open the door.
Kind of describe to me how you try to open the door. There is a handle and everything.
I reach out with my hand and I turn the handle.
It is locked, and the guards kind of look at the handle, kind of confused. And they look at each other like, "Did that? What?"
How tall is this clock tower? Stig will whisper to Karen, he's like, you know what'd be really cool? Is if we could just scale these walls like these drakes I saw. They just stuck their hands to the wall and they lifted. What the? Stig will place his hand against the wall and he will basically pull himself up as he can climb walls.
I was about to cast spider climb on you as you were talking too.
So, Stig has that.
Funny.
And I mentioned earlier when he was looking at the drakes that he grew claws on his hands and feet. He is in his climb form, which gives him a climb speed. Erdwin, I have an idea.
Let's go up the clock tower. So we've angered 2 guards. We've confused another 2, and now we're just taking a walk on the side of a building.
Yeah, I assume Erdwin's piggybacked on Stig, and he's just scaling the wall Spider-Man style.
Yep.
I'm going to say about 200 feet.
I can make it.
Yeah, it's doable.
I mean, I don't have a time limit like Spider Climb does.
True.
Oh, wait. Caradwin, you cast Spider Climb?
He has this thing, so I have no need to cast it. Once he starts climbing.
Erdwin was like flipping through her books, and then Stig goes, "Hey, I can climb it normally."
Yeah.
Stig's
I
Path of the Beast.
thought you cast it as well, Caradwin. So you're hanging on to Stig's back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, Stig has his power of the beast, where he's able to turn into one of these bestial forms. And right now he's in his climb form, which means he has the climbing speed.
All right. You climb. You're like the gargoyles in gargoyles, and you start climbing up the wall. You get to the top. It is. This clock tower is not really doesn't really have a pointed top, but however they have built a what seems to be some sort of stage on it. You can see up from down below. Everybody, if they were to look up, could see you clearly. It is a stage. So, but there's nothing up. It's a little empty at the moment.
Were we able to enter the clock tower?
Not enter. You're on the outside. You're on the clock tower's on top of the stage is on top of the clock tower.
Hmm.
Can we get down?
You do see a trap door that you can possibly enter the clock tower.
Well, if it's locked, Stig, just rip it open.
Alright, I'll try the trapdoor.
It's not locked.
Awesome, let's go see what they're hiding.
And down we go.
Alright, you enter the clock tower, you see the faces, the mechanical gears inside of it, the ticking, and you do see some giant bells. You look around. Give me investigation checks.
That's what's up.
Stig, nothing seems out of the ordinary. It just seems what you assume would a clock tower look like on the inside.
I think Stig is, you see Stig, like, walking vertically and then upside down. He's like, this is so weird.
Does she see you do that?
No, because I'm invisible. But this is the first time Stig has gotten to use one of his abilities.
Caradwin. With your 26 investigation, we will pick up next time.
As I discover the whole plot.
It's one of those, like, Hitman cork boards.